still think a lot of stuff that's on today is coonery buffoonery. And I know it's making a lot of money, breaking records, but we could do better.
We're talking about Tyler Perry at this point.
It's like Tyler Perry, he paints a very negative portrayal of black men. We ain't that bad. Like, Jesus Christ.
I will punch the out of you. Say something else.
That is my answer to Spike Lee. Go.
I will punch the out of you. Say something else.
Tyler Perry has earned quite a reputation for himself as his alter ego Madea, but the funny, dramatic Madea isn't loved by everyone, especially filmmaker Spike Lee. Lee is furious at Perry and has even called him an abomination. Why is Lee so opposed to Tyler Perry's persona? Let's jump right into it.
I know the damage that the dehumanization.
A heated battle has been going on between Spike Lee and Tyler Perry for years now, and at the center of this fight is a single character, Madea. Madea is a tough, street-smart, elderly African-American woman, a character brought to life by Perry's amazing acting and spot-on humor.
That's it. I'm calling the police.
I ain't scared no popo. Call the popo. Call the popo.
If I call the police, they're gonna be here in 10 minutes.
Okay. Then that leave me 9 to beat the hell out of you.
You think? I know Taekwondo.
And I know whoop your ass.
Lee, however, has thoughts on Tyler Perry's character that many today would call outdated or even transphobic. He thinks Tyler Perry dressing up as a woman is doing no good for the black community. He finds it emasculating and called it insulting for black men.
A lot of stuff that's on today is coonery buffoonery. And I know it's making a lot of money, breaking records, but we could do better.
Spike Lee's argument is that black people have finally attained some respect and position in society, and they should use their craft to benefit the black community. Instead of making a joke out of them through their characters, influential people like Perry should be mindful of what they create, according to Lee.
We got a black president. You know, are we going back to Mantan Moreland and sleep and eat?
Some people on the internet also agree with Lee. They think Perry's work is harming their own community. One person took to Twitter to share his opinions on Madea and the likes. Despite being created by widely successful contemporary black artists, black men donning dresses for roles, Tyler Perry's Madea allows for the mass humiliation and mass devaluation of black women, which develops into real-life violence against black women. People think it is all a ploy by the Hollywood elites to emasculate black men and take away their manhood and power. One person wrote, "As much as I admire Tyler Perry for his entrepreneurial prowess, I can't watch any of his Madea movies. I'm tired of that crap. Younger people don't realize how long Hollywood has been putting black men in dresses and blonde wigs. Enough already." Others seem to spew straight-up hate toward Perry. One person wrote, "I don't like Tyler Perry, period. All he's doing is exploiting black stereotypes, and I hate when black men wear dresses." Spike Lee isn't the only one who has opined that Tyler Perry's portrayal of Madea can do harm to black people. The American radio host Charlamagne also mirrored Lee's opinions on the matter. He thinks Perry has made all black men look bad.
It's just like Tyler Perry, he paints a very negative portrayal of black men. We ain't that bad. Like, Jesus Christ.
He even thinks it might be Perry's master plan to make all black men look bad and clear his own competition, which sounds very far-stretched.
Sometimes I wonder if Tyler Perry is like, he's on a crusade to make black men look as bad as possible so women don't want us no more, so he can have all the men to himself.
Other established and successful black artists have also spoken up about how ridiculous it is that only black men get asked to dress up as women for the sake of comedy. Some think there is something much more sinister going on than what meets the eye. Dave Chappelle has given his opinions on the subject time and time again. He openly spoke about this in an interview.
When I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, why all these brothers gotta wear a dress? This happened to me.
Dave recalled a story where he was also asked to wear a dress on set for the sake of a few laughs, but Dave put his foot down and refused to be what he considered humiliated on someone else's orders.
And he put this dress on, and what? This prostitute? Nah, I'm not doing that. I don't feel comfortable with that.
The comedian's takes on the subject seem to have some people online agreeing with him. One person took to Twitter to express his concerns. While everyone focused on Kyrie and Kanye, remember that the industry loves to buck-break black men, put them in dresses and feminize black masculinity. Dave Chappelle said no to this and left Hollywood. They use black entertainers to push cultural degeneracy on the community. Cat Williams has also voiced his opinion on this. He spoke on it and said,
Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him.
A fan pointed out how these senior black artists were always trying to warn people about what was going on in the name of harmless comedy. One person said, Dave Chappelle and Cat Williams told y'all about Hollywood's plan to put black men in dresses and feminize us. People laughed, but look at how many famous A-list black men are feminized. Nothing wrong with being feminine, but something is wrong. Of course, Dave isn't the only one in the industry who was asked to do this. Others have had similar experiences. It's an open secret in the industry. One person pointed out, Dave Chappelle has gone on record as saying there's a Hollywood conspiracy to put black men into dresses. His proof: Jamie Foxx, Wesley Snipes, Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall, Sean and Marlon Wayans, Ving Rhames, Cuba Gooding Jr., and of course Tyler Perry. I'm sure there's more. People are arguing that the so-called insistence to put black men in dresses might not be because the elites find it funny. It might be a way to humiliate and look down upon the black artists. As this person said, they love pushing femininity on black men. They always try to put black men in dresses and makeup and Hollyweird. Dave Chappelle said no to this and paid a price. I don't know why the black community eats this up. The people pushing this hate you. Another took to Twitter to urge black men to realize what was happening to them. He wrote, "Don't let them put black men in dresses. They do it to shame them. They do it to make them feel inferior. And look what happened. Kevin Hart put on a dress, Dave Chappelle put on a dress, Martin Lawrence put on a dress, Terry Crews put on a dress. It's pure evil." On the other hand, Tyler Perry insists that his portrayal of Madea is only out of love for the amazing black women in his life. He has mentioned multiple times how influential certain female figures were in his work. In his defense, he's drawing from those experiences rather than creating a stereotype of black women. But Spike Lee still thinks it doesn't portray black people in a good light and is thus damaging for their overall image. The filmmaker is insistent that the criticism on Perry's work isn't anything personal.
Spike Lee, I know that you and Tyler Perry had some differences. Where are you guys
But
at
it's
now?
not, here's the thing, it's not personal.
In fact, Lee thinks the whole reason why Perry's work is so well recognized is because he is a smart businessman and knows how to captivate the audience, which according to Lee is all the more reason to be mindful and responsible about how Perry represents black people. A lot of this is on us. You vote with your pocketbook, your wallet, your time. The man has a huge audience and he's very smart with what he's done. At the same time, for me, just imagery is troubling. Despite the criticism, Perry is extremely proud and passionate about Madea. For him, it isn't just a comedic persona for some cheap laughs. In fact, he says it is his way of honoring his people. For me, I love the movies that I've done because they are the people that I grew up with that I represent. Like my mother would take me in the projects with her on the weekends. She'd play cards with these women. Most of them didn't have a 12th grade education, but their stories and how much they loved each other and how when they'd get sad about something, another would come in and make a joke. I'm 5 years old on the floor with my Matchbox cards. I was in a master class for my life. For Perry, a criticism of this character is hurtful and uncalled for. He thinks people do it just to bring another successful black man down. Emasculating black men. I've heard it all. There's a certain part of our society, especially black people in the culture, that they look down on certain things within the culture. So when someone says, "You're hearkening back to a point of our life that we don't want to talk about it or we don't want the world to see," you're dismissing the stories of millions and millions of black people. That's why I think it's been so successful, because it resonates with a lot of us who know these women and these experiences and Uncle Joe and so on and so forth. But what is important to me is that I'm honoring the people that came up and taught and made me who I am. Their stories deserve to be told too. Perry believes that this is a specific problem only to black people. Instead of lifting each other up, he thinks black men bring each other down.
It's only black people that do this to each other. I have never seen Jewish people complaining about Seinfeld. I've never seen Italian people complaining about The Sopranos. It's only us as Negroes that do this to each other.
But he isn't one to sit back and take any criticism. After Lee talked about Madea allegedly emasculating black men, Perry was understandably angry and he decided not to hold back. In his interview, he blasted Spike Lee for talking about him constantly. "I'm so sick of hearing about damn Spike Lee. Spike can go straight to hell. You can print that." I am sick of him talking about me. I am sick of him saying this is that. This is a buffoon. I am sick of him. He talked about Whoopi Goldberg. He talked about Oprah. He talked about me. He talked about Clint Eastwood. Spike needs to shut the hell up. But despite Spike Lee's constant criticisms, the actor isn't fazed. In fact, he doesn't understand why he is supposed to care about Lee's opinion in the first place. He talked about this in one of his interviews.
I speak from the South. People love it. Why in the hell would I sit here worried about Spike Lee?
There are other people that share Spike Lee's opinion on Perry's work. They think Perry's work reinforces some white people's negative perceptions of black people, and generally paints a negative portrait of an entire race of people. But despite what his opinion on the matter may be, Lee has decided to not indulge in this constant back and forth. In fact, after Perry's insulting response where he asked Lee to shut up, Lee only had this to say.
The man's a brilliant businessman. He's doing what he does. God bless him.
Now that Lee has refused to speak badly of Perry any longer, some Madea fans think it's because of Perry's monumental success. One fan wrote, "I remember how much Spike Lee would insult Tyler Perry. He would call him names, belittle his work. Now it is this same Spike Lee who is at his studio opening praising him. Tyler even named a portion after him. Can you just imagine? The table was prepared. The table was prepared." Another wrote, "Y'all constantly talk about black men being successful. We gotta do this, we gotta do that, etc. But when it comes out that Tyler Perry, a black man, is building a $100 million mansion, everyone on it and all of a sudden mad that he wore dresses in his films and just hating on him. Others think that the whole fuss about black men in dresses is uncalled for and perhaps outdated. One fan pointed out how successful T. Perry became because of it. What about black men who wear dresses without being asked to? See the guy below. Also, it seems like wearing dresses certainly did wonders for Tyler Perry. It got him his own studio and made him a billionaire. T. Perry got the last laugh on that one. With all these differing opinions, it leaves one question. What really is the truth? Only time will tell.